Alright, you guys know the drill. Today's 3 punches because it's gonna be episode 3 of One Punch's review. So you guys are gonna get 3 punches today. That's right, guys. 3 punch it is. 1 punch, 2 punch, and 3 punches. Last time it was episode two's review, and this time it's episode three's review. So you guys are gonna get 3 punches. What's up, guys? Snap Blaster, and you guys know the drill. I'm just joking. you know, I'm not gonna give any of you guys 3 punches, but yes, we will be talking about One Punch again, and this time we're gonna be doing One Punch episode three's review, The Obsessive Scientist, and this unlike episode 1 and 2, these episodes actually connected. Today's episode 3, actually connected with last week's episode, which was episode 2, because last week we left off with Saitama meeting his new student Genos, and them finding out more about this crazy scientist who keeps sending all these evil people. But in this episode we get to know more about the scientist, and he used to be this normal scientist. I mean, he did always have an evil dream to make a human evolution, any kind of. He's our normal crazy scientist who wants to create like crazy evolutions of humans, and he wants to create some like new human beings that are like surpassed the normal human beings and are much stronger. And he wasn't supported by anyone, so he got mental, and kind of he got issues, and now he's just this crazy dude who doesn't care what happens with anyone, just wants to create his new evolution of humans. And he works in his lab, and he's been working here for so long. He turned 70, but then now he's turned himself, with all his scientific stuff, he's turned himself back into he's turned himself back young, and now he still continues his research with all his clones that he's made. And he's made a bunch of monsters, and a bunch of them that have attacked Saitama. But this episode we have Saitama and Genos head to the evolution house. I think it was House of Evolution. Yeah, House of Evolution. They finally head to the scientist's place, the House of Evolution, and there they're approaching there, and the scientist finds out, and he prepares traps for them, but they pretty much really get all of those traps and pass by them. Actually, Genos just blows away the whole building, so they don't even have to go through most of the traps. And then they go through all the they go through the building, and then when they arrive into it, there's this big monster. He's supposed to be the secret weapon for the scientific guy, and he's the strongest in the whole evolution house. And he's really strong and fast, just like Saitama. Of course, not as strong as Saitama, as we find out. He's not as strong as Saitama, of course, but he is really strong. Strongest guy in the House of Evolution. He just, with one punch, he punches Genos just once, and Genos goes flying into the wall. And then Saitama gets mad, and he's like, "You hurt my student, bitch." It's on. We're having a fight. They go to the special room and they start their fight. But Genos comes back again, ready to impress his master. And he comes with his speed, fiery power, and with his fire powers. And he tries to challenge this guy again. But still, this Genos is not strong enough to beat this guy. Because this guy, I don't know what the monster's name was. I think it was like Kabuto something. C, and something that started with a C. His first name started with a C, and his last name was Kabuto. If you guys know what his name was, tell me, guys, in the description. And whatever this monster's name is, he completely annihilates Genos again, and he does this kind of burn out of his hand, and it like fries him. It fries Genos, and that part's actually pretty funny. Even though Genos got hurt, Saitama's like, "Are you okay?" And then Genos has all his hair up, like it's all burned, and his face is cracking, and he's like totally destroyed. So Saitama, of course, has to take on this Kabuto guy, and Saitama goes on and takes him on. And then the fight doesn't even start, and the scientist is watching too. If you guys, just to add that, the scientist is watching him, because the whole reason to this episode is the scientist trying to figure out what makes Saitama really that strong. How is he this strong? What did he do? And he's been thinking Saitama did some kind of crazy research and added some kind of like mechanic stuff to his body. But he finds out in this fight that Saitama is just trained, not put any kind of surgery into his body, and he's really surprised to that. So Saitama takes on this monster, but just when this Kabuto monster is about to punch Saitama, he doesn't even punch him. He stops, and he feels this weird power from. He feels this weird vibe, this strange vibe, and like this guy's really strong. He feels it. He's like, who the hell is this guy? He feels really strong, and he's like, I'm about to attack him, but he's leaving himself open. He's gotta be something really fucking crazy. And sorry for cussing, but this episode was really good. And one thing I really like, the music, man. I've only watched 3 episodes, including this one, but I'm really digging the music, man. The music in the fight between Kabuto and Saitama was epic, man. I must say, One Punch has got some amazing soundtrack. It was really, enjoyable with the fighting skins. It fitted in, and it was really enjoyable to have the music in there. So yeah, and then Saitama, that guy doesn't fight Saitama, but then he's like, "How did you get this train?" And now Saitama's like, "Okay, I'll tell you guys all my secret, what I did." And this part's pretty funny. He tells, "I did a lot of training," and he explains it very, 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 very like specifically. He's really specific about his training. He even tells like not to leave the AC on or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he tells them how many push-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and stuff like that every day. And he had to run I don't know how many kilometers. And he tells them everything he do and how he got this strong. And then once he's done, they're all like, you didn't really tell us. His training couldn't make you that strong. And then Genos is actually really pissed off. He's like, it's the first time I actually seen Genos, pissed off at Saitama. He's like, what the heck? That's not gonna make me strong. That was a bunch of crap. I wanna get strong, as strong as you. And that what you just told me by training, that training probably won't make me that strong. But Saitama is like, actually, that is what that's the only thing I did. So everyone's surprised at that, but then that monster's like, what the heck, I don't care what you guys are talking about here. He goes in this weird mode. I don't know what he called it. Again, I didn't really I remember the name of this monster, and I don't remember what his mode was called, but he turns into this big giant monster, even uglier than he looked before. And then he goes on and fights Saitama, and he is freaking fast and freaking strong. So Saitama kind of has found his match, but again, Saitama beats everyone, so he's never gonna find his match really. But still, this guy actually is really strong. He's like punching Saitama, like Saitama punches people and making Saitama like go around like the arena like a ball. Like Saitama is just like bouncing off from wall to wall, and he's bleeding. Saitama isn't even blocking because he's thinking about because they say something about today being Saturday, and he's like, today's Saturday, no way, are you freaking kidding me? He's like, and this is pretty funny, he's like, I had a grocery sale today, are you kidding me? And because of the grocery sale, he actually gets mad and punches Kabuto really hard, and Kabuto dies. Yes, like always, just with one punch, he kills his enemy. Yes, and this time it was actually because Saitama forgot that he had a grocery sale that he really wanted to go, and when he found out that it was today, he got really pissed off. He's like, really, you were wasting my time, bro. I need to get back and go to the grocery sale. And just when he knows the grocery sale is today, he's like, fuck this, I need to go. And he just punches, he gets pissed off, and he's in a hurry, so he beats Kabuto, and Kabuto, of course, dies, just like any other enemy. And that's pretty much it. That's where we leave. Kabuto is destroyed by Saitama, the One Punch Man, and Genos and Saitama head home, I guess. And if you're wondering what happens with the scientist, he actually figures out that he's the one who needs to change, not humans that need to turn into evolution. It's actually him, and they show him smiling at the end. I guess that's hinting to that he's gonna change. Maybe he's gonna show up. I don't know, but I'm really interested now to find out what's gonna happen later, because in the next episode they had in the ending they had these people come, and they were at the site of the battle, and they were like looking at, when I said in the beginning that Genos burned the building with his firepower, and they were looking at the ground, and they're like, it looks like it was Genos. And so these guys know Genos, and one of them actually looked like Genos. Not even kidding, one of the black hair dude at the end looked like Genos. So I'm I think we might find out more about his past. We know he's from this village when he was 15. His family got destroyed, and then he turned into a cyborg, half human. But I really want to find out more about him. Like, where does he really belong to? Everything about him, because he is a pretty awesome character. He looks badass, and he's got pretty cool moves. His firepower. Even though he did get beaten up by this monster Kabuto, he still didn't give up. And I mean, you can't really blame him. That guy was really strong. But of course, Saitama in the end was the hero because he's the main character. And Saitama, man, just with one punch, he gets everyone. So it's no surprise. And that's pretty much it, guys. I guess remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed today's punching. And yeah, guys, I guess I'll catch you down the adventure and subscribe for subscribe for more One Punch reviews, episode 4, and then later on episodes. And peace out, guys. Don't worry, I won't give you 4 punches next time. Maybe. You can trust me.